It is Friday, and what does that mean? It means my favorite way, and hopefully your favorite way, to get to know your Atlas recruiter, the often imitated, never duplicated Atlas MedStaff 5-Question Friday. With me this week, Mary Beth Burns. Welcome.
Hi, thanks for having me.
Okay, so this does not count as one of the questions. You are with us remote, right? As most of our staff is. Where are you located?
I am in Roswell, Georgia. It is a little town just north of Atlanta.
Not question 1A then. Is that close to where they filmed The Walking Dead? Isn't it right around
Pretty close.
Yeah.
Pretty close. Yeah. They film a lot of stuff in Atlanta lately, so it's kind of cool. We'll get to see like film sets and stuff, and
That's
pretty neat.
Cool. Awesome. Okay, you ready for this?
Ready.
All right, here we go. Question number 1, always the same. Tell me who Mary Beth Burns is.
So, Rich, I'm a big fan of 5-Question Friday. I knew that was going to be your first question, and so I am prepared for this question. Are you from acrostic poems?
For what?
Acrostic poems, are you familiar with them?
No.
Okay, so like acrostic poems are when like you take a word like rich and we would like say like something that's about you that starts with R. So you're like really kind, innovative, things like that, right?
Okay.
So I did an acrostic poem for this question. Okay,
awesome.
so it's each letter of my name. So M, I'm a mom. I have a little boy named Jack. He's the best. He's the highlight of my life. A, I am an Alabama fan. I went to the University of Alabama. All my siblings went there. I have tons of family that went there. Roll Tide all day, every day. And I was there before Saban got there, so we did not win ever when I was there. So I feel like I'm like the truth. R was easy. I'm a recruiter at Atlas. Why? This is a stretch. I'm a Yelp-oholic. I like to research like just about everything before I get into it, before I go somewhere, before I buy something. I like to read everybody's opinions, and I'm always on Yelp. I don't post, I just kind of lurk. B, I'm a beginner ukulele player. I picked that up during the pandemic, and now it like brings me a lot of calm and peace, and Jack likes it. E, I'm an eldest daughter and the oldest of 4. I have 2 younger sisters, one who works here, Kristen Dillard is also a recruiter here at Atlas, and a brother. They all live, 2 of them live in Alabama, 1 lives in Tennessee. T, I am a teacher. Before I came here to Atlas, I taught elementary school. I was a district administrator and an assistant principal. But I think even though I'm not a teacher now, I bring a lot of that to my job now. I still feel like I teach a lot. And then H, I am a house flipper. The house that I live in now, we bought as a complete fixer-upper. We have done pretty much everything ourselves from the floor to the ceiling. We just started bringing in professionals, so I'm kind of like a 75% house flipper. But I can lay floors, I can install trim, I can paint, do all that stuff. That's my acrostic poem answer.
I didn't know 3/4 of those things. That is fantastic. That might be the best first answer I've ever gotten. Wow. I want to revisit so many of those. We don't have a ton of time. We will though. I promise you we will. There's some good stuff in there. Holy cow.
Awesome.
Okay. Question number 2. Your Atlas bio bucket list has some awesome stuff. The one I picked out though is interesting to me. Why do you want to stay in an ice hotel?
So I absolutely love sleeping when it's cold. I cannot sleep when it's hot. So that's how this fascination kind of started. My husband is from Vermont, so he's very familiar with like snow and ice and all that stuff. And he told me about this ice hotel that's in Canada that he'd always wanted to go to. And after he mentioned it, I swear I saw it everywhere. Like on reality shows, like I guess my phone heard me, so I would get like ads about it, and I was like, this is destiny. I need to stay in this. I just want to get one of those fuzzy robes and like go get a cocktail from the ice bar. I just think that would be so cool.
I don't like to be cold, but I could see the attraction in it. I think I could see why it would be fun.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah,
And I
I
realized
might feel different if I lived in Nebraska and had to deal with the cold like you do.
I was about to say I realize the irony. I live in Nebraska. I get it. Like it gets cold here. But
Yeah,
like it is what it is.
it is.
So, okay, question number 3, and this is where I want to get into maybe your first answers a little bit. What did you want to be when you grew up?
Oh my goodness. Well, when I was really little, I wanted to be an author. I wanted to write stories. That's still something I would love to do. I would love to write a children's book at some point. I think that would be really cool. But then it was pretty early on that I wanted to be a teacher. My mom was a teacher. A lot of my aunts were teachers. Like I said, I'm the oldest of 4, so I kind of took charge a lot of the times and would play school and all that stuff. And I like being creative. And so that really appealed to me. So I got to do what I wanted to do when I was little. It was a great chapter.
Interesting. Okay. I thought your question, I thought it might go that way, quite honestly, but that's interesting. Yeah. So, all right. Yeah. Question number 4. This goes to your recruiting time, right? To what you're doing right now. You send a newsletter to all of your travelers.
I do.
Talk about that, because that is unique.
Yeah. So it's the MBB Buzz. I got the name MBB when I first started here at Atlas. My manager at the time, Mike Combs, would call me, and he'd be, the first time he did it, I was like, where did this come from? He said, "You down with MBB?" And I was like, yeah, you know me. And then it became this like tradition, and then that, turned into I love a mascot. So Team MBB. And really my thought was I used to do something similar when I was an assistant principal with my staff, and they always looked forward to getting that newsletter. And so like if I would forget, or if it was a little bit late, like they would ask me, where's the newsletter? Where's the newsletter? So I wanted to bring that to my nurses, because even though they're all scattered, I mean, I have everyone from Alaska to Hawaii, Florida to Maine, and everybody in between. I wanted to bring something that connected them. And so it's been really cool. Like, I'll shout out like who has a birthday, or if somebody, accomplished something. Like I know one of my nurses is going to flight school. One of my nurses just bought her dream car, stuff like that. We'll celebrate, and then they'll connect with each other. And so some of them have even formed friendships that I am not a part of. Like they just connected on there, and some of them will end up taking assignments together because they become friends. And so it's just a way for me to I'll give them connect and just keep them updated. And of course with the B, that just makes them, we're a team. It
just makes sense. It works. It totally works. So and we've had some unique ideas before, and I think that might be one of the most unique ones, but at the same time, super old school and just fun. Like it really is. It has that sort of like school type of fun to it that so awesome. I'm super proud of you. Like that's a cool thing to do.
Thanks. Aw, thank you.
All right, question number 5. If you could go anywhere in the world, where would you go?
So I think I've learned something over the past couple of years. 3 years ago, I could have rattled off a bunch of places. For me now, it's more of who I'm with as opposed to where I am. I could be anywhere with my husband and my child, and we would have the best time. We could go to Home Depot, and I would just have the best time. So thinking about like where, I would like to be with my family, I think the calmest and most happy times I can think of are when we're on a boat at a lake. So any lake, I would love to see the Great Lakes. I would like to see, go out to, I had some nurses in Missouri that went out to the Ozarks, went over to that lake, the lake in Arizona, and Lake Havasu. I would love to do all that, but really I'm pretty easy. As long as I'm my husband and my kid, we're happy as can be.
Fantastic. That's a great answer. I think that, like I said, we've had some good answers before. I think that one might be the most genuine answer that we've had. You. There you go. So, okay. Help me out here and keep this timeless. When did you start with us? Month and year?
October 2020.
Wow, that hasn't really been that long. I thought you were here longer. Wow.
Feels like it.
It does feel like, it feels like you've been a part of the family for a very long time. So I think that's awesome. So, okay, so October 2020, through the pandemic, right? I mean, she has learned quite a bit. So here's what we're going to do. If Mary Beth sounds like the type of recruiter that you would like, we're going to put all of our contact information. You're above me on my screen. So let's hope the same way when Nathan goes to edit this. Right up here. We're going to put it all right up here, or wherever it goes. We're going to put it all right there. So give her a call if she sounds like someone that you could connect with, and you want an old school newsletter. How often do you do that? Is it once a month?
Once a week.
Holy smokes. Once a week.
Once a week. It gets sent out on Sundays so they can start their week off. Sometimes we'll do our own little miniature version of the free Friday. So it's not always just news. Sometimes it's games of fun too.
I would like to donate to that sometime. So there you go. Maybe I could.
You love that.
Yeah, I could give you some just Atlas swag or whatever. You never. Your people turn out better than quite a few others there for Free Friday. We'll have Nathan bleep me out there. So.
Yes, I love that they win a lot. I think that they're all winners. But yeah, they are all over it. I love seeing their comments. So keep those comments. They're really fun.
We definitely will. All right, Mary Beth, thank you so much. I really appreciate you being here with me today.
Awesome. It was great. Awesome to talk to you.
All right. We'll see you next week.
Bye.